Alright, take number 5. Alright guys, so today I want to show y'all my new 22 TCM build. Right? Now, I've been messing with this concept, I guess, for a little while now, right? Originally I was trying to do it with the CAC system, right? And CAC, they dropped a blowback system. A barrel, and it used a 9mm bolt carrier group, and it used 9mm Indomag conversions, right? I also used their heavyweight buffer system. I think it's like a 308 buffer spring with their blue buffer weight or whatever. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I'll be putting the details around here. Anyway, it was a direct blowback system, and I'd been wanting to get into 22 TCM for a while just because, well, I think it's neat. Okay, I think it's a neat little round. I think it's like kind of like a modern day 22 Hornet, and I just kind of wanted one. I didn't really have any real big grand reason or grand ambitions about it. I just kind of want the little deal I could shoot varmints with inside 100 yards. That's kind of it. I like little bitty cartridges. I think they're neat. That's kind of the reason. I know a lot of people to get into new cartridges, they have to have these big reasons. They got to have these big, spreadsheets showing all the velocity tables and why it's better. This isn't better than really anything. I just think it's neat. That's what it boils down to. But yeah, CAC had dropped that, and for the price, it wasn't bad. I think the total I spent on parts, getting into the build was like less than $300, which isn't terrible. That's like a cheap upper, So I built it, and it's just the blowback system just was not conducive to what I wanted. Just was not. Just was not comfortable to shoot, and reloading for it was just no. If you guys follow me on some of the forums, Accurate, Trapper Man, I think I posted on 24-hour Campfire, that cesspool. But if you guys follow me, y'all saw I had a lot of problems. I had a case head separation. I realized the blowback was not for me. Okay, it worked half decent with factory ammo, but after that, it just was not for me. Right. So I had a couple people recommend I check out this dude called Tim, the AR guy. Right, he's a smaller dude who does a lot. He's kind of like a Mad Dog weapon system. He's a smaller guy, does a lot of kind of off the wall, real custom niche. Niche, is that how you say it? Niche things for the AR platform, barrels mainly. So I hit him up, and he was super great to chat with, super great, super helpful, and he was able to get me this barrel that they've kind of worked all the bugs out. Their system uses just standard AR everything. Standard bolt carrier group, standard carbine buffer spring, and yeah, the only difference is he does make a magazine for 22 TCM that you can order. I ordered one, but I think it got lost in the mail. I did find out though, if you modify the Indomags for the CAC system, this is a 10 rounder I got. If you further modify by basically just cutting the little plastic ejector off, and I super glued it so it's just one solid piece, works just fine for the most part. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't have to deal with the whole blowback thing and the timing and all that crap. It just works like a regular AR barrel. So, and it uses a pistol link gas, and yeah. So, like I said, hit them up, got a price for it. I think it was $375, and before somebody starts freaking out, apparently now it's just normal to be paying close to $500 for a semi-custom AR barrel. And according to a lot of the AR groups, if you're not paying that much for your barrel, you're trash. So whatever, it's not that bad, I guess. But yeah, like $375. He does do, split payments. That's what I did. So I gave a down payment, then I paid the rest when it was done. It took him about 2 weeks to spin it up. Yeah. So it's a 12-inch barrel. I forgot the twist rate on it. And I have it for this pistol. I already had the pistol lower. I actually got another one now. And I just kind of want something to do with it. And yeah. So, yeah. I haven't been able to really shoot it much past just function testing. So I got Dude, this is amazing. That was absolutely amazing. I didn't get any velocity, but I got complete function. And I got some brass prepped up here. I got some rounds loaded up, and we're just going to try it here at 50. Just see what happens. So, a few other things. One reason I kind of got into it is I do like tinkering a lot. And I haven't done a ton of case forming, and ever since I got my 17556, I want to do more case forming. And while I was looking into 22 TCM, because I kind of want to replace my Hornet, my 22 Hornet, y'all already know about that thing, I thought this would be a cool replacement. And one of the things that really sold me was, apparently, you could just make your own brass from scrap 223. And I have a lot of that stuff just lying around. I got 223, I got buckets of it, I got a whole bunch of it that's scrapped from the beginnings of my 17556. I was like, cool. And from what I was told, you could just cut it. And what I watched, it was like, yeah, you just cut it, you run into the size and die, and boom, it's done. You know, you got your brass. The deal is, apparently the rifle barrels are different. Or the barrels I were getting were different, because the chambers are a lot tighter. So what I found out was, even though I was doing everything the same that I was doing to the factory brass, these would not chamber. At first, I thought it was just, they wouldn't eject mainly with the cat barrel. I was thinking it was, I just was not giving it enough powder. I figured it wasn't, getting fast enough. So I just kept pumping it, which was stupid. Don't do that. But finally just kind of came to realization after somebody mentioned it. I measured the necks, and the necks were way too thick. So I had to get into neck turning. So I got a bunch of them here I made, and I neck turned, but I realized I kind of didn't know what the heck I was doing. I got the measurements basically right as far as my calipers go, but as far as my neck turning procedures, these are not correct. So I'm still going to shoot them, see if they blow my face off, but yeah. So, yeah, as far as the build, SBA3 brace, PSA lower, the MOE grip, I've fallen in love with the Magpul MOE grip. I just love them so much. I shoot way more accurately these, I noticed. I got a Call Valley trigger spring set in here, so I'm thinking this is like a 2.5, 3 pound trigger now. This is just a mil-spec upper, stripped upper right here. Prisma dual charging handguard, if I remember right. I don't remember the handguard. I think this is like 11.5 handguard. I ripped it off my Grendel when I last had it. When I took my Grendel apart to build into the rifle, I took it off of there, and it's just been sitting around. So I slapped it on here because I like the length. Just a generic pistol length gas. Thread protector. Oh, and the scope. Funny thing about the scope, this is a Crimson Trace 3-9. I was in the pawn shop. I needed a floater scope. They had some of these on. They just had these for $50, not sale or anything, just regular price, $50. Picked one up, looked through it. Glass isn't actually terrible for a $50 scope. So I said, hey, whatever. Doesn't have any specific name or anything. Just, it's probably a rimfire scope, but said, hey, whatever, it should work. The LPVO I had on it was a little meh for load development, and this reticle's a lot better. So I like it. I really do need to get some different rings. So I just kind of want to see how long it lasts. But for a $50 scope, glass is really pretty clear. Reticle's not bad. And yeah, I thought I had a 1-inch cantilever somewhere at the house. I didn't. So we're doing what we used to do back in the olden days, boys. We got the just regular scope rings on. So yeah. Well, with enough jaw jacking here, we can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and just get everything a little more set up, and we're going to do some load testing. Camera set up. Got a target down there at 50. Already tried to bore sight her up, so we should be on paper pretty close at least. And yeah, so like I said, these things use modified endo mags that I've further modified to get a little more overall length on my bullets. So I can actually load some fairly heavy ones in here if I wanted to. So we're going to do 5. These are 40 grain VMAXs, and we are running right now, what is this, 8.5 grains of H110. So there's actually not a ton of load data own 22 TCM. It's not. So a lot of people have been doing, from everything I'm reading, and I've spent hours reading up about this, most people are just using 22K Hornet data. So yeah, this is basically what I did here. If I remember right, I have used this load before, and it worked pretty good. So, still going to wear safety glasses, like you always should. Got my magneto set up here, and as you see, it's now on the barrel, so I ain't got to worry about that. And I did bump the sensitivity up to 3, because I have had problems with these smaller 40-something grain bullets and down not reading over the magneto, so I set that up. Alright, so I'm trying to get set up here. That is a 2-inch sticky down there on that box. It's like 6 power, looks like a good one. Let's just see if we're on target. Alright. 8.5 grains of H110 and a 45 grain VMAX. Let's see what happens. Oh, hell, if I sent the bolt home. Make sure it chambered good, which it did. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, it shot. It ejected. It took another one. Something came from somewhere and hit me right here in the lip. Not sure what that was. But I don't see a bullet hole anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and not waste a lot of time. Okay, load it around, eject it good. I'm gonna go ahead and move that target up a little bit. Let's try and get her on paper instead of wasting a lot of ammo. And yeah, give me a hot second. Make sure we're clear. Alright, so we actually did have a bullet hole down there. Just couldn't see it because there's a little tuft of grass down there on the lower right-hand side. Do have a bullet hole, looks nice and clean. And yeah, so I went ahead and dropped the adjusted scope. We should be at least on the center of the paper now. Let's try and put the next 4 down. See what happens. By the way, that velocity was 1959. Not terrible. It's kind of low, but it's kind of what I wanted. Alright. Back on. Let's see here. Okay, my firearm is smoking a lot. Not sure what that's about. Brass is still looking good. No problems. Got a lot of smoke coming from this side. Same thing happened with that 6 arc when I that's a lot of smoke. See that? Huh. Same thing happened with that 6 arc with that factory ammo. Let me see if I can see that. Well, we're right on top of the bullseye. Awesome. Alright, cool. Let's put the rest down here. Cool. So all those fired off. And my magneto is tripping out. So the only velocity I got was 1959. My magneto is all hazy, so. Everything fired, got a bolt lock back, but it's just really smoky in there. Brass looks good. Alright, y'all, went inside, load it back up. We're at 9.5 grains of H110. Same thing as everything else. I want to put a new battery in the magneto and put a new target down here. Still at 50. Hopefully we can get a little decent group. I think these might just need a little more speed. Maybe I just need to learn the rifle a little more. Maybe half and half. We'll see. Alright, 95 grains of H110 and a 40 grain VMAX. Let's see what happens. 50 yards. thing is sending them everywhere, and I did not put it. I did not put that deal where it needed to go, and this gun's still smoking. I think it's just an H110. I don't know. That's weird. I don't think I've ever had a gun just do that. Ugh, and that is a nasty looking group down there. Alright guys, next day, I ended up running out of light yesterday, so we're back at it here. Now, I went ahead and I just switched powders, right? I've never had good luck with H110. And the few cartridges I've messed with it, it's just, I find it dirty, unreliable, my SDs are all over the place. I just don't like it, okay? I got that can and I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. So I went and switched over to Accurate TCM, which is the actual powder that was formulated for this little cartridge. And I got a can of it, so figured, why not? So since we're going through a rifle length and we got the gas system, I went ahead and I went up a little bit from the base load. I found out with ARs, usually, due to the gas system, you got to start a little higher than the book load. Generally, that's what I do. Just don't follow me right off the bat. But got that loaded up. I got into factory brass here, and I got 9.0 grains of that. Same 40 grain VMAX, same overall length. And the deal is, this time, is I got 5 loaded up in factory brass, and I got 5 of the exact same thing loaded up in our homemade brass. Now, I'm going to be 100% with you. I don't know how this homemade brass is going to work. I'm pretty sure I neck turned it a bit much, and it's not correct. But we're going to try it anyway and see if it blows our faces off. So, yeah. Anyway, same setup as last time. Everything should still be the same. Going to be feeding from the mag yet again. I will say my magneto speed has been messing up. Actually, if you notice, I have to tape it down. Because if that little aux cord jingles a little bit, it won't read. Don't know what's going on with it. Think it might just be time to get a new one. I don't know. I bought it used, so I'm not sure if I got a warranty on it anymore. But anyway, 50 yards, and I got 2 dots down there. The top one is going to be for our factory ammo, our factory brass, and the bottom dot's going to be for our homemade brass. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Let me get set up real quick, and yeah. 50 yards, 9.0 grains of Accurate TCM powder, and a 40 grain VMAX. Feeding from the mag. We'll see what happens. Whoa, okay, so apparently my first velocity is 24.15. Holy crap, that's pretty fast. Let's see what that brass looks like. It ejected, rechambered. I see no bad signs on the brass. Alright, let's try her again. 24.50. 24.33. And 24.12. So with that, we got a max of 24.64, minimum of 24.12, average is 24.34, and a standard deviation of 22.3. So not terrible. Our little group down there looks not bad either. Definitely not the best. I was hoping for something a little close, nicer, but it's not terrible. Definitely workable. So now we're going to try with the homemade brass ones we got here. I think this thing's smoking because I just have a lot of lube in it. Because when I first got it, put a new boat carrier group in there, and I just lubed every living doll crap out of it. Alright, so let me write this down real quick. Alright guys, got that wrote down. Now it's time for our homemade brass. See how these work out. Okay, picked up and chambered. Definitely making sure I got my safety glasses on for this one. I'm expecting, I don't know what to expect. Alright, gonna go for that bottom dot. Let's see what happens. Again, 0.9 grains of accurate TCM powder, 40 grain VMAX, and our homemade brass. Okay. So on that one, that was $23.79. Look at our first piece of brass. Our very first piece does not look terrible at all. Like the fire formed out nicely. Nice. And 24.41. So with that one, we had a maximum of 24.44, a minimum of 23.79, average of 24.19, standard deviation of 26.7. Look at all the brass. So we got 10 more loaded up. Well, 9. We got 9 total, which is actually the most I've ever had in this mag, so I'm not even sure how well it's going to feed, but looks like it chambered it good. And we're going to go after Mr. Gopher out there. I did adjust over a little bit. I got kind of confused, so we should still be on him. And we're going to see if we can give him a headshot, because that's kind of what you need for this little guy. Alright, there he is at 100. Okay, went over him. Huh. Oh, I saw a body shot, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, I adjusted too much, so it's over. Okay, let's try that again. There's a headshot. Okay. Oh, yeah. The heck with... Sure. Not sure what the heck that was. I want to slow-mo that, but... Yeah. Little sucker does his job. What else to really say? I don't... Huh. Something there seemed kind of off.